ladies, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be sharing my baking, cooking routine. I know that it's definitely blown up the past few months and I have been doing it for a little bit now, and I just wanted to quickly just share how I do it and all that good stuff, because I definitely notice a difference when I bake. I absolutely love this technique, but pretty much the term baking, cooking, setting, it's just pretty much all the same thing. So when you hear those terms, that's what they're just talking about. They're all just talking about the same thing. It's when you take a powder and you put it mainly on the highlighted areas. Some people like to just put it on their under eyes and their higher cheekbone areas, and then kind of around the jawline contour areas, like right below where you contour. But I like to do the whole full face when I go in. Sometimes I do just go for just a cleaner cut contour, and I just do it on the lower contour areas and kind of just clean it up. You can totally tell the difference from not applying it and applying it on. Like I said, I usually bake my whole face. That includes the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, the under eye, the jawline, lower contour area, like I said, and my forehead. And once all of the areas that you do want to bake are applied on your face, then you just kind of let that sit for 5-10 minutes or so. I usually like to let it sit longer, and the longer it sits the better, I say. I like to do like the rest of my makeup, put my lashes on, and you know, once all of that is pretty much completed, which is probably like another 15-20 minutes later or so, who knows, I like to go in and dust it off, and I usually use my e.l.f. small stippling brush for that, and I will show you guys in the later clips. But I just like to take the brush and dust off the loose powder in the areas that I know that I highlighted. It works really well with setting in your concealer, and it just leaves your skin looking super flawless, which I absolutely love. I do not bake every single time I apply makeup. I usually like to do it when I'm going like full on glam, have a full face done. God, I got something in my ear. It itches so bad. Ear itches. Ugh! Does that ever happen to you guys? Like, am I the only one? Seriously? Yeah, so enough of me rambling. I'm just going to jump right into the clips of how I bake. As you can see right now, I do have some product underneath my eyes. It is the Garnier Skin Renew, and this does have a tint to it, as you can see, and it is a anti-dark circle roller. And lately I've been using this a lot for the under eye areas and just kind of substituting it as a concealer. I haven't really been slapping on like super heavy concealer or anything like that, and it's really light on the under eyes, and I kind of like that, and it does blend out really nicely. So I'm just going to take my beauty blender. We're just going to kind of lightly blend the under eye area out. Once all that is pretty much completed, I like to not mess around at all. Grab my NYX contour and highlighting palette and dip into this banana shade right here. And y'all, I use the mess out of that shade. It's seriously one of my staples. I'm gonna grab the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush, swirl it into the banana shade, and then start lightly applying that around my under eyes. And this is like the base for setting. It kind of helps that not crease it. Now I'm just going to quickly set the rest of my face, put on some contour, and then we'll start with the bake. Now that I've applied all of the contour magicness, we're going to start with the whole baking, cooking, setting, whatever you guys want to call it, that's cool. But I'm going to use the Bednight Banana Powder. It's an amazing product to use for baking. And I'm going to take my triangular brush, or not brush, sponge. You can find these at Sally's. They work really well because it kind of helps define that line perfectly when you're trying to carve out the lower part of the contour. So I'm just going to pop off the top, kind of pour some on the back of my hand. I don't know if you can see that. So I got about that much right now. I kind of like to pour a little bit at a time. If I need some more, I keep pouring it out. That helps with not wasting, because this stuff is the business and I'm not trying to waste this. So I'm going to take my sponge, dip right into the powder, just like that. And then I like to start with my contour. So I like to kind of chisel that area out first and kind of bring it down. I usually stop right around the area that the contour ends. This definitely helps with cleaning up the contour, and it definitely helps with highlighting as well. And now that that is pretty much evened out, or as even as it's gonna get, I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose. Grab some more. Then I'm gonna apply some on the center of my forehead. My chin. Cupid bow. I like to start at the lower lash line and then just slowly go lower and then bring that around the higher part of my cheekbone. And here I'm not packing like too much because I already set it with some highlight from the NYX Banana shade, but this is just going to intensify that look just a little bit. So now that we're starting with the whole baking process, I'm going to let this sit. This is where I kind of do my eye makeup, so I'm having something to do while I'm letting this all sit. I'll be right back right after I complete my eye makeup. Sorry, I keep like coming in and out, but this is how I do my routine, so yeah, we're just gonna... Anyways, now that I've completed my eye makeup, I'm going to take my e.l.f. small stippling brush, and I like this because it does have like that stipple feel, and it does help brush off the powder and make it look like flawless, and it's just not like a bunch of bristles stuck together and it like just rubs all over the place. But yeah, the stippling brush works really well with removing the powder. I'm going to start with the under eyes first because I do have some eyeshadow on the lower lash line. Alright ladies, so there you have it. That is how I do my baking, and wanted to just quickly share that with you guys since I have been obsessing over it lately. If you guys have any questions about any of the products that I've mentioned, then just comment down below, let me know what's up. Like this video if you found it helpful, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll also list my Twitter, my Facebook page, my Instagram, and my vlogging channel around this area, so definitely go check that out, and I have all the links down below as well. Thank you so much for watching, ladies, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!